The referendum is about constitutional recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples as our first peoples, and they're going to be having that constitutional recognition implemented as a voice to Parliament so that they can offer a view on matters that impact their communities, such as health and housing and education.
It's going to be a huge moment for Australia. So what a privilege for us as multicultural or migrant background people that the Australian community has actually acknowledged for the first time that we have a significant role to play into the community or to the historical life of Australia. So that was part of the reasons that I'm here, and I made some really good networking.
So you are talking about the recognition of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders as the first people of this land. I think at the beginning of this event, we had the Auntie Peggy, who was conducting the welcome to country.
So first of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land on which we're gathered here this evening. I acknowledge the Yagara people. Their lands extend north of the Logan River. And while I have said these words many, many times, it's important for other people to acknowledge and respect that we are First Nations people of this country.
This beginning of all Australian events is to recognize the traditional owner of the land where we are gathering, and also the elders past and present and emerging. What the signification of this?
So going back to 1901, at the time of Federation, the Constitution, which is our highest law, and it's also our birth certificate, our nation's birth certificate, it's missing something really, really important. So that our birth certificate for our whole nation is, 122 years old. Mm-hmm. But Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have been walking and caring for these lands for 65,000 years. And so we believe they need to be included in our birth certificate. And it's really common, like Canada included their first peoples 30 years ago in their constitution. And there are different countries around the world that do it. So between December and May, so December 2016 and May 2017, there was what's called the regional dialogues. Okay. And what happened was all around the country there were 13 regional dialogues where 1,200 community members, so 60% of them were traditional owners. And then there was about 20% who were, say, elders and activists and so on, and then 20% were community groups. Mm-hmm. And organisations, and they got together and they talked for 3-4 days, and after that, from that process, after 6 months of dialogue, they appointed delegates to attend National Constitutional Convention in May 2017 at Uluru.
Okay.
During that process, there was lots of conversations about what they wanted, and the 250 delegates agreed that they wanted to invite the Australian peoples through the Uluru Statement from the Heart to walk with them in a peaceful journey towards the future. And one of their asks is for us to support them with the Voice to Parliament, which is constitutional recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples through a pragmatic voice to Parliament. So the point of the Voice to Parliament is to offer a view on matters that impact their peoples. And that will be it's proposed to Parliament and to the executive government so they can speak at the earliest levels from the grassroots. And the voice will come from the grassroots. And the voice will be appointed by community, and there'll be fixed terms, and there'll be there'll be young people and different genders involved. Now, it's what I think is really on my heart is talking to so many cold community people in the last month, is that we need to have more cold community people on the electoral roll. Okay. So it's been really surprising to me to find out that there's quite a few cold community people who are citizens who aren't on the electoral roll. And I think I'm so passionate about democracy, and I really encourage everybody, if you are not on the electoral roll, please get on the electoral roll very soon.
Okay, now the electoral roll will be open when?
Anytime. Anytime. 2 ways you can do it. You can fill in a form, or you can go online. So it's really easy to get on the electoral roll. And the other thing too is if you have moved in the last few months or in the last month, you need to get on the electoral roll. You need to go online and change and check.
The new address.
To update your address. To make sure you're on the electoral roll correctly.
It's really important that the community leaders, like especially the representation here tonight, kind of like understand what the Uluru statement is and the invitation that the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have invited us to work with them. So that way we could, because in our communities, most of the community members, they look up to the community, the elders and the leaders. So part of the program that the Queensland Community Alliance is doing is to educate and empower these community leaders. And with my role is ongoing support with community leaders in a network where they can talk about how to proactively engage community.
So Queensland Alliance in this process is a partner of this process, or you are promoting the process?
So Queensland Community Alliance, which is a member, has a democratic process. So the democratic process, proud to, they had like a discerning moment where they decided, we work purposely with community matters. So the referendum or the recognition for the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people was part of. It's a community action which it's within a space that we work in. So the leaders there decided that this was a part and a project that we have to engage in as a community, hence why we are doing the mobilization and making sure that the people that actually matter, especially the multicultural or the migrant community, as people would say, are really aware about the entire process.
Any few words again?
Just thank you so much. It's been lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was a wonderful night, and I'm really grateful to be here, and not only as in a working capacity, but as a member of the African diaspora community. I was really proud, and seeing our culture representing on here tonight was quite, it felt home for me. It brought me at home.
And we look forward to see them again for more details and more information about this referendum, which is coming very soon. Thank you very much for watching this, and see you next time. Bye-bye.